Welcome back. Today is the 16th of February 2022. My name is Hector Vladimir. I'd like to discuss today or begin discussing the plans, the construction documents, the construction plans, the blueprints, the architectural, structural plans, whatever you want to call them. They are the sheets, the drawings, the two-dimensional representations of the Dome Home project in all of or most of their aspects, most of its aspects. And of course, I want to encompass as much information as I could possibly encompass in these documents, these drawings. They should be standalone documents. In other words, they should be the only thing that the builder needs to analyze, study, and begin to build and complete the building of these structures, this home project, this dome. I want to begin with this document here. It's not much, it's just a first sheet. I call it the references sheet. Some other people may call it the sheet where the legend sheet. Some people may call it something else. I simply call it sheet number one. And as you can see, it has symbols, drawings, representations, visual representations of the different aspects, different things, different methods, different ideas used in the project. And I represent things. The aim was to represent as many things visually or through drawing as possible with the least amount of letters, the least amount of words, least amount of numbers. However, I'm finding it quite difficult to do that, to represent most things, to represent a few things, let alone most things, through visual references. I understand that there is a possibility to do that. However, it is very time consuming, and at the time, I don't really have that much time to basically to give or to employ to that end. But I did try, I did begin just to review, to analyze some of the things I have already done. I am basing this drawing, this model, the plans in the metric system. Although I have to say that I did begin the project, I believe, unfortunately, I did begin using the imperial system, only because I am most familiar with that system here, living in the United States. However, I do see many advantages of using the metric system, so I decided to switch this last time I picked up the project, late last year, 2021, and I decided to go with the metric system. It took me quite a while to convert the sheets and the sizes of each thing to match the correct scale. Of course, metric system is on a different scale than the imperial system. It's on a decimal scale. But as you can see, I've tried and I am still trying to completely convert this project to metric. It may take many more hours to do so, to completely do so. As you can see here, I have a 2 scale. This if if it were to be printed out in I believe it's an A1 sheet, ISO standard A1, I believe that that would be exactly 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters being the same as 100 millimeters, of course, and I have divided each centimeter, and I have represented here somewhat, how the metric system comes about. Is derived, I believe, through what I have found is derived by a drop of water on a flat surface, smooth flat surface, as I tried to depict here, and a drop of water. The diameter of the round drop of water is about 1 centimeter, which is 10 millimeters. And as you can see here, this is 1 centimeter, and the drop of water is right here. So apart from that, I have also represented some hatches, which are basically patterns that I will be or have used in the drawing, or planned to use. I may not use those, so I may have to remove or change some of those, such as water, human scale, so it could be used for comparison with the structure. Of course, all humans are not the same, so I just used an average, or what I believe to be an average human of 5 foot tall. That is, I believe, 158 inches or 158. 158 centimeters, if I recall correctly. Okay, so it's 152.4 centimeters. I just looked it up. So that is the reference I'm using. Of course, not necessarily that has to be the reference, the human reference, but that's what I've chosen to use. I have basically made this to where any person could understand the plans, even a lay person. So for that, I have to begin from pretty much zero knowledge of building, beginning with the number system, beginning with calculations or computations used, beginning with words, with what a meter is, what a centimeter is. I describe what an inch is in scale, since I'm still using inches, and feet, the imperial system within the drawing. I have not completely gotten rid of it. Again, since I began the drawing on that scale, it's very, very difficult to switch scales without spending an eternity trying to do so. So it's a beginning, it's a work in project, work in progress, of course. It's nowhere near done. This sheet here still needs a lot of work. And of course, this is the last thing for me to complete, because once the plans are completely done, then I'll know exactly what is it that I used, what symbols, what words to describe. For example, I have symbols for plumbing, for electrical and PV, symbol for other things. So that is sheet 1. The sheet title block, as they call it, the frame, it's pretty standard. It's one that comes with the software AutoCAD, and I have not put much information in it. Notes have not been done on any of the sheets just yet, and again, it's a work in progress, something that is going to be done eventually. So of course, the name of the project, no address. TBA means to be assigned. And that is that. The height of the text that I'm using throughout is 3.75 millimeters. That is give or take 1/8 of an inch. And I will attempt to maintain it. I have done a good job, I believe, maintaining that text size. I believe that to be quite comfortable. And that is, my friends, the sheet number 1, the references sheet, which is, long name of it is the reference of concepts used. And again, I describe the units of measure, the views used in the drawing, different views, the plan view, of course, being the top, the overhead view, the side view being the elevations, and I may include other views here, like details and such, representation for those. Okay, so that is sheet number 1. We'll describe sheet number 2 in the next video. Thank you very much.